Last season, semi-final heartbreak. This season, I'm targeting the final, but of course it all starts here. The group stage draw for the Europa League getting made today, where we are one of 8 teams seeded first for the draw. And you can see the second seeds here, the third seeds and the fourth seeds as well. We always did a group of death, so let's do it once again. After the group of death this time would be Fiorentina, Anderlecht could be a tricky one home and away. So Fiorentina, Anderlecht, and Athletic Bilbao as well. So let's draw the first seeds first and see what group we're in. Okay, we're in Group G. I'd like to take on Rangers again, but it's not going to be them. We had them last year. I'd like to take on Athletic Bilbao. Thankfully, it's not going to be them. And in Group G, we've got Young Boys, Gelson Fernandez old side. Third seed's coming out of the hat now, and we will be taking on Slavia Prague of Czech Republic, and let's do the fourth seeds now together. Hopefully we can avoid Fiorentina. We have done, and it's going to be the fourth seed, Hearts. So it is going to be a Scottish club this year, not Rangers, but Hearts from Tynecastle. So yeah, Group G, Young Boys, Slavia Prague, and Hearts as well. Gotta be honest here, no disrespect to those teams, but we might have a tricky test away from home one or two times, but I'm pretty sure, as the media article suggests here, that's a pretty easy group for us. We should get through group winners. Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 65. And today, returning with two big games with our Canaries. Let's take on Everton away at Goodison Park as Crowley goes home in our first game of the Europa League group stage. And there's also been some major transfer business, a big sale for one of our star players, and a big new WONDERKID coming in as well. So, yep, before I show you what's going on camera, I'm going to show you that first. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So yes, it was a very dramatic transfer deadline day indeed. First things first, I did talk about this in the season opener yesterday. Farines has indeed left on a loan, and I know you guys love him, and I love him as well, but you should be glad to know at least it's not a permanent deal, and I think it's fair. I think it's right. You know, the guy deserves first team football, man. I mean, he's such a class goalkeeper. You know, he came in season one, midway through our first season with the Canaries, for £2 million. What a steal. And I mean, the guy has always been consistently really decent. As you can see there, 16 clean sheets in our first year back in the Premier League. That's his best for us throughout the saves so far. But again, this season, due to Zangrandi now becoming our sort of, unofficial number one, if you will, and Dean Henderson reluctant to move out on loan, there was no point in having 3 goalkeepers here, all on 60 grand a week plus. It just literally made no sense. So Benfica are going to pay 150 grand each month towards the deal, and they'll pay all of his wages as well. So we make a little bit of money for it, and he also gets first team football in the country where he wanted to go. He wanted to go to Benfica, so I'm kind of glad he gets what he deserves, really. We love Farines, penalty saving king, but he'll probably be back next year, and I'll try and sell Henderson on a permanent deal. But the bigger news than that was on transfer deadline day. We sold one of our stars. Yes, you see him there, James Maddison left the club and went to Spurs for 59 mil. Now, of course, 3 years ago we brought him back to Carrow Road. Was it 4 years ago? 4 years ago, we brought him back to Carrow Road, and he did okay. He did pretty decent. The second season with us was his best, scoring 3 goals and getting 11 assists in 32 Premier League games. But due to the arrival of Herman Bamba last season, he played most of the league games off the bench. And, we have so many players, or did have so many players, in the same sort of position, the same sort of role, that creative midfielder type. And let's be honest, as we know, Bamba's the future. So Maddison, who was out of contract at the end of the season, was going to be the most likely casualty from the team. And whilst his stats are still really good, the media describe him as elite, and the sale might have been considered an undersale. We sold him for 54 million, 59 million, sorry, and his market valuation is 63 million. It's not by much. He was out of contract at the end of the season, and he's also turning 30 in November as well, so I don't think it's that bad of a sale, personally speaking. Maddison did well for us in the few years where he came back, but Bamba's the real deal. He's far younger and he's far better as well. So farewell, Maddison, and thank you for your service. But oh man, the big signing on transfer deadline day. Now, I've been scouting this guy for a couple of years now, and I'm so happy to have him. Welcome to Carrow Road, Teddy Gray, a former Crystal Palace striker you might have seen throughout the course of the save. And this guy, man, this guy is just, it's really weird because his finishing stat is only 14, but he's a pure, and I mean pure, goal scorer. Now, discussing his stats real briefly, he's described as a wonder kid. He's only 20 years old, turns 21 in December, yet he's already described as one of the world's football global superstars. Why is that? Because he's already won 6 caps for England, scored 7 goals. Look at his under-21 record. 23 goals in 10 games at under-21 level, and the guy's just got some phenomenal stats here. He's 6'3", so he's very, very tall, and he's quick as well. 15 acceleration, 17 pace, with 18 agility, 16 balance, 18 jumping at 6'3" too. I do wish the strength was higher, but really, you can't complain about the guy physically. Mentally, very solid. 15 anticipation, 16 bravery, 16 composure, 12 decisions. Could be a little bit better. Same with 11 concentration, but that will come in time. With 16 determination, 15 flair, 18 off the ball, 16 teamwork, 15 vision, to a nice little hold-up striker there with those stats too, and technically as well. Again, the finishing stat is only 14, which really surprises me based on his goal-to-game ratio right now, but hopefully in time it will get better. He's only 20 again, but he's got 17 dribbling, 19 first touch, 14 heading, 17 long shots, 16 passing, and 17 technique as well. We had to pay a very pretty penny to get him of £70 million, which is a massive, massive, massive amount of money to go for a 20-year-old. But again, 20 years old, and to start the season off, 4 goals in 4, very impressive start at Selhurst Park. Last season, 13 in 33 games, 7 of those coming from the bench. The season before, 11 in 29, and again, international level, the guy's been fantastic. He scored in the World Cup on numerous occasions for England in the summer. He's got some extraordinary stats. If we can get our finishing stat up to 16, 17, we have got ourselves one of the strikers that will be one of the very best in world football. 90 grand a week, 5-year deal. And again, 70 million now might seem like a massive overspend, but I'm looking at that goal to game ratio at such a young age and the potential for this kid. I'm so happy, man. Welcome to Carrow Road, Teddy Gray. So that takes our total transfer spend in the summer window to £157 million. We've never spent more than that in a single season throughout the save so far, so we really splashed the cash this year as the board gave us the green light with a big transfer budget, and based on how we performed in the past 2 years, I'm not surprised. But again, when you look at the sale of Maddison getting added to the pile here, 115 million raised for player sales. I mean, it's a net loss of £42 million. That's not even that bad, is it, when you think about the club we're trying to become? So, yeah, 3 new boys coming in, very exciting players, and I must say, man, Teddy, I can't stop looking at this guy's stats, man. I'm so excited. I really, really am. So, anyway, let me show you what's been going on off camera after you saw the Community Shield victory over Arsenal on Spot Kicks. We played our first 4 games in the Premier League, as you can see. It's been a decent start for Norwich. 3 wins and a draw. No losses so far, and just a 1 goal conceded. And we began with a 4-0 victory over my lockdown career mode team, Nottingham Forest, newly promoted to the Premier League. As we expected, very comfortable win on the opening day. Brewster bagging 2. Carl Crowley scoring on his debut from a tight angle, I believe, as well, making it 2-0 at that point. And Max Aarons also got another goal as well. In the past couple of years, he's really becoming more of a goal-scoring right back, and you love to see that. And following that, a victory away at the King Power. Speaking of Max Aarons, sadly in this game, dislocated his shoulder early on, was forced off, and we haven't seen him since, and probably won't see him today, so it's a good thing I signed Larici. But Brewster scored the only goal of the game. It was a shocking piece of goalkeeping as well. One of those goals where it's like, you need to see it on the 3D to realise just how bad it was. But anyway, Brewster scored. We'll say the match engine just wasn't up to speed for that one, as he got his 3rd in 2. Following that, goalless draw away against Tottenham Hotspur, not a bad result, and then a 4-1 victory at home to Derby County. Ryan Brewster just went absolutely ham in this game, scoring all 4 of our goals in absolutely, I mean, just one of those games where you just think, Rian, why can't you do this on a consistent basis, mate? But he scored all 4 goals. We actually went down to 10 men soon after Brewster scored his first goal. Stephen O'Connor getting a straight red card for a really bizarre challenge. Again, one of those moments where you think to yourself, if the match engine was better, it would probably look a little bit different. He flew in with 2 feet, yet the guy just kept on walking. It was really strange. But yeah, Brewster scored 4 goals. The Rams probably deserved something from this game, really. I think 4-1 was quite a harsh scoreline and a bit flattering on us. Regardless, it was a win, and it's been a good start for the Canaries, because right now he's can see in the Premier League, we sit in 4th place with 10 points on the board. We are one of only 2 sides left in the division that are undefeated so far. Us and the Reds, Liverpool, who are 100%, 5 wins from 5, 17 goals, just a 1 conceded, and looking like the team to beat this season. But it's been a pretty decent start. Only 4 games in, long way to go, of course, but everyone really has made bright starts, apart from Spurs stumbling out of the gate, just 1 win in 5. And so I think that's pretty much all there is to show you in the run of camera. I guess I could show you the dynamic screen real briefly, because as you can see, there are 3 issues here and a couple of big ones too. I'm not really worried about Adam either. He came to me after I signed Teddy Gray and he said he was worried that the new sign is going to take his position. I said, what position, Adam? You haven't had one for a few years now, mate. So I'm fine letting him go. There's interest from Schalke and Monaco and Stuttgart. If they put a bid in January of around 30 to 40 mil, I'm cashing in on that number 9. I mean, I'll always have a soft spot for Adam. He scored the first ever goal of the save, and you know, he was the Golden Boot winner in the Championship, Golden Boot winner in the Europa League, Golden Boot winner in the Conference League. But yeah, I think really Adam deserves first team football, and he's never going to get it here now. And Mountain Provenzano wanted to leave and join Spurs, but I simply wasn't going to let that happen. The hierarchy now looks like this. Now that we've lost Maddison, and these are the social groups too. Not really much else to show you other than that though. So yeah, first game today is indeed Everton away at Goodison Park, who have had a very poor start to the season. Do you remember a couple of years ago they finished in a Europa League place, and I was sitting there thinking, Everton might be the team now that break up the top 6 consistently. Well, since then, they've really struggled. Poor start to the campaign. I guess they're missing Carl, who's going to return today. Right now, in the injury report, as you can see, Max still coming back from a dislocated shoulder. Doubt we'll see him today. Sanabria is still recovering from that broken lower leg. We won't see him again until November time, I'd say, at the very earliest. And Stephen O'Connor is suspended and carrying a slight knock as well. So this is our team. It's the 4-1-2-1-2 tiki-taka style of play. As I said before, I probably will adjust the tactics during the season, but right now, we're off to a good start, so we'll leave things as they are. So Zangrandi's in goal. It's about for Teles, Basia, Godfrey and Larici, with Provenzano, Longstaff and Mount through the middle. Bamba supports Carl and Brewster, and on the bench Henderson, Pavlovic, Warburton, Madu, Teddy Gray and Abbey as well. First game, it's Everton away from home. Come on, you Canaries. Hang on, I just missed something there. Have I left a sub off the bench? Oh, I have. Oh, I've left the sub off the bench. It's because I sold Maddison and I forgot to adjust it. God damn it. So stupid. Fucking hell, leaving a sub off the bench though. I mean, that is just rookie stuff, isn't it, man? That is just basic, unforced, glaring errors. And it's the sort of thing you guys have come to expect from me in this save. How did I not notice that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know that Maddison was occupying that place, so it does kind of make sense. But either way, how did I not notice that before I confirmed it? Just silly. I mean, I read the substitutes out. How did my brain not think, hang on a minute, we're a man short here? I was like, nope, that's fine. Get to the game. First highlight coming to the Toffees from a corner, and Anderson heads just wide of the post. You know, whilst we are undefeated, it is only a matter of time before we lose the streak, and Everton away has always been a tough place for us to come, so whilst they are out of form right now, I've got to say today, I'll be glad to take a point, really, as Carl hoofs it long and Anderson gets possession back. A draw today would be a good result, in my opinion. You know, we're missing Aarons, we're missing Sanabria, both our first choice fullbacks. As Tammy Abraham should have made it 1-0, but Thomas Basia makes a brilliant last-ditch block. You know, missing 2 of our most important players. The wing-backs in this team are so important to us, and obviously O'Connor as well, the young ball midfielder that we really like as well. So missing some big players, and really, I have to say, as Brekalo is denied by Alex Tellez, I can see this one being our first loss of the season, because it is all Everton to start the game off. And you know how bad we are at defending set pieces, but see who stat one away. But it's not fully clear as Tammy crosses back in again, and Grady Diangana should have made it 1-0. First time volley, had all the time in the world and blazes it way over the bar. This has been a really poor first half from Norwich, and it's only a matter of time before the Toffees get that opening goal, and Diangana hits the bar, and we will escape to half-time, still tied at 0-0. We should be at least 1 or 2 goals down right now. Abraham receives the long ball and drives down the left-hand side, and Zangrandi makes a very comfortable save. It's been all Everton in this first half. You know, I very rarely get aggressive at half-time, but I'm considering it, man. That was shocking. I mean, certainly going to go assertive, that's for sure, at the very least here. I'm far from pleased from what I just saw there, and they should be fired up. That was atrocious. No change to the tactics so far, but still 0-0, 45 minutes to go. Let's see if that spurs the boys on. I'm going to ask them to get creative. That's my go-to shout in Football Manager. Get creative. It always seems to inspire them. But anyway, half an hour to go. Again, I said I would take the point, but we've done nothing today. Disappointed by Carl as well. Coming back home, lots to prove, on a 6.4 and hasn't done anything whatsoever. 25 minutes to go. If someone's going to win this game, it's going to be Everton. Laird skips around Provenzano. Crosses, blocked, and blocked again. We blocked quite a few shots today, but the danger not fully over. Laird trying to beat Tellez. In goes the cross. Pinamonti heads over the bar. Everton today, 12 shots, but only 2 on target. That's been a real telling sign. Come on, Norwich. Can we get a bloody chance? Just one chance. All I'm asking for is Mason Mount finds Herman Bamba. And if someone's going to create it, it will be our number 5. Back to Matteo. And Provenzano, the Italian, is going to slide it out wide towards Larici. I fucking love Provenzano. There's our new right wing back down the right-hand side. Crosses. And Brewster. Oh, off the crossbar. There was the chance. Fell to the right man. Couldn't keep it down. No. Brecalo. Great block again by Godfrey. We have been throwing our way in front of everything today. But at the far post, the cross isn't cleared. And Everton take the lead. 1-0. Didn't feel confident today. You know, the first defeat was always right around the corner. When we went down to 10 men against Derby County, I thought it might have been then. But as Pinamonti flicks on the cross, Perry at the back stick drills it in. We just haven't turned up today. Really poor performance. Only the one chance, Brewster at the crossbar. But today, I mean, 5 shots? 5 shots in the entire game. And with the firepower we've got and the creativity as well, I'm going to get assertive and say I'm far from pleased. Because that's not good enough, man. Unbeaten streak lost there. And we lost it with a whimper. I never have a problem with losing. Which is good, because I lose a lot. But, you know, I like to see my team actually put up a bit of a fight, you know, and actually do something. If we lose the game and we're well beaten, then you could say fair enough, the opposition played, you know, far better, deserved a win. If you lose the game, but, you know, your team put in a good shift, you were just quite unlucky or whatever, that's fine too. But when you lose games like that, where you take 3 shots in 90 minutes, you just think to yourselves, come on guys, I mean seriously, how can you be so unmotivated to score? So second and final game of today's episode. Hopefully we'll bounce back here, and I expect us to as well, as we take on the Swiss side Young Boys at Carrow Road in the Europa League group opener. No, we're not. We're away in Switzerland today. Oh, well, didn't even realise where we were there. We're away in Switzerland group opener, and hopefully we'll bounce back with a win here. And hence the game, as you can see, going to our 4-1-4-1 Gegenpress system. This is what we used in Europe all throughout last season. It worked really well up until the semi-final second leg, so hopefully we'll get another good win to start the campaign off. So Dean is going to come in goal, and about 4 is Warburton, Pavlovic, Godfrey and Madu, with Provenzano, O'Connor and Mount through the middle. Jokic is on left, Dembele is on the right. By the way, Karamoko, I accepted a bid from Newcastle on transfer deadline day of £40 million, and unfortunately he declined to move to St James's Park. He is out of contract at the end of the season. He'll get a new one regardless, but, you know, as I mentioned before, Karamoko, as Gray's up top, by the way, Karamoko is such a hard character because, like, I want to play him, and it's really tough to say this, but he just doesn't fit into our tactical system, you know. Anyway, he's playing tonight, and we're away in Switzerland against Young Boys. You can hear the roar from the home and the away fans today. Oh, Gelson Fernandez, loved everywhere he's gone. The Young Boys fans loved him for coming there and winning them that title. Do you remember that? And, of course, we will always love our right-hand man. Gelson Fernandez, the whole stadium singing his name before kickoff tonight. You love to see it. I think it was the Europa Conference League. Oh, as Jokic makes it 1-0, we've just gone in front for an absolutely terrible piece of defending. I was just going to say, we played Young Boys before, and I think it was Europa Conference League when we faced them. And sorry, I'm so surprised at that. Young Boys just had possession as they won it back off Drew Warburton. And, I mean, it's just one of those moments where you think to yourself, I think the match engine needs a little bit of work. Jokic robs his man and drills it in. 1-0. Okay, well, I don't think that's tactics or anything like that. It's just really shocking defending. It gets us our first goal as Pavlovic crosses, and there's Mason Mount arriving. What a fabulous save by the goalkeeper. That was brilliant. As O'Connor is also denied. Brilliant double stop by Van Balmus as Young Boys escape. That initial save was amazing though, tipping it onto the crossbar as it's still 1-0, but all the pressure coming from the Canaries, as you'd expect. When you look at the teams we've got in the group stage this season, I would definitely say we are firm favourites to top it and probably undefeated, as Teddy Gray almost got a first goal on his first start for the club, heading that cross onto the crossbar. Still 1-0. Keep this pressure up and I'm sure we'll find a second goal not before long. Mount's corner and Pavlovic heads just off target. Sorry, free kick. All Norwich here as Teddy finds Drew. In goes the cross and bionic legs! Bionic legs gets his first of the season. And he says, Gaffer, I know I don't fit into the tactical system, but don't sell me, man. Don't sell me. I was one of your first ever signings and I still have something that's worth something to this team. Drew's cross to the back stick and bionic legs. Look at him jump. Absolutely brilliant. 2-0. I do like Dembele. And again, it would be a shame to have to sell him. And, you know, I have been thinking maybe I could retrain him as O'Connor heads away that corner and Karamoko will start a break here. Retrain him to play through the middle of the park. But I'm not entirely sure as Teddy is through and... Oh, Teddy! Now, that's not a £70 million finish. Puts it wide and it's still 2-0. Come on, mate. Easy game for you today to get a couple of goals and you've missed great chances already. I mean, Dembele, you see his stats there, you know, 14 first touch, 11 passing, that's a concern, as is 11 teamwork as well. I don't know really. I mean, he's only really good at playing as an inside forward, Karamoko. Even on the left-hand side, he's not really good as a natural winger. So I just don't know of Karamoko. If we get a decent bid in January and I accept it, I wouldn't be against seeing him leave. But it's so tough, man. I do like the young man a lot, but it's just, I can't fit him in unless we play these sort of systems. Jeez, it's still only 2-0 and Teddy Gray is on a 6.4. This is supposed to be an easy game for him to get his first goal and scratch for the club. He's been shocking as Mount controls the corner, which is only half dealt with, and just launches the ball back to Steve and says, here you go, mate, who finds Madu as we look for a third goal here. Come on, give it to Gray. Let Gray get a goal. It's a lovely cross by Madu, and Jokic is denied by another brilliant save. If it wasn't for that goalkeeper, we'd be 4 or 5 goals up here as Madu's first shot is blocked, and the second one goes over. Still, only 2-0. Going to take my starters off here as we go 4-2-4 for the final 10 minutes, giving Abby some game time to play up top alongside Teddy. See if one of them can bag us a third goal as Sadi finds Drew Warburton, who hits the crossbar. Is that the fourth time we've hit the frame of the goal tonight, as it's still only 2-0. We should have scored like 5 or 6 tonight, but some great saves from the goalkeeper in the frame of the goal preventing us from getting any extra. Anyway, still 2-0. That's probably how the game will finish as Dembele controls that free kick. Can we get a third goal? It's Karamoko. Hits it over the bar. No, 2-0 I think. And it's a winning start. Could have and should have been better, but I'm not going to say no to a victory on the opening game. Madu's cross and Gray. Oh, God. 5th time we've hit the woodwork tonight. And Teddy has spurned 3 golden chances. 70 million down the drain as Gray can't score simple finishes. Anyway, 2-0 the final score. We get the win, that's the most important thing. But really, that should have been by a much, much bigger margin. Just didn't have the finishing touch, and that's a concern when your £70 million striker fires a blank in his first start. I'm sure he'll pick it up. But that was today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big fan of you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon with games against... Oh, there's a really big double-header there. I would like to gather some pace, but considering what we're going for this season, the Champions League, I don't think either of those games should be missed out, really. No, I think we'll do them both. I think we'll come back with Man City away and then Chelsea at home after an international break. I think that'll be a huge doubleheader and an unmissable one as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for a massive doubleheader very soon.